In this video, we are going to review iTrust Capital, a crypto retirement account. We are going to cover the affordability, what they offer, different ways to fund the account, and the security of the platform. And this video is not a sponsored video. However, as many of you know, I am an affiliate for iTrust Capital. This is a product that I used even before I became an affiliate, and it's something that I still use until this day. So I'm going to bring you back to the beginning on how I got involved with this platform. I was looking for a crypto retirement account that was free, because if you look at non-crypto retirement accounts, many of them are free. So I was looking for the one that was the most affordable. But what I found out is that nothing was actually free. I was researching, going through many different articles, such as this one from Investopedia, and it was showing the best Bitcoin IRAs for 2021. So the best overall they mentioned was Bitcoin IRA, but one of the cons is that it has high setup and maintenance fees. And then it said the best rates and fees was iTrust Capital. And this was in the past. So I was looking into what do they charge. So while it's not uncommon to pay up to 15% per transaction to trade crypto, iTrust Capital charges just 1% per transaction, which is cheaper than Coinbase and Gemini. And clients also pay a reasonable $29.95 monthly service fee. So I was looking at this and I thought, hey, it's not free, but it's the cheapest in the space. 1% fee, $30 a month. But on November 15th, 2021, iTrust Capital announced that there is no more monthly fee, $0 a month. This is a huge game changer, and I'm not sure how other platforms will be able to compete. Eventually, they will have to cave in and readjust. So there is no more monthly fee, $0 a month. So it already was the most affordable at $30 a month. Now it is the most affordable by miles, and also it remains with a 1% trade fee, which again is cheaper than Coinbase and cheaper than Gemini. And you'll also notice that they have gold and silver. So this platform has many different options, and this was another thing that brought me to iTrust Capital, because at first I wanted to get Bitcoin, but then I thought down the line I'll probably want to add other coins or altcoins to my portfolio, especially Ethereum. So when I was looking at iTrust Capital, they have a wide selection of cryptocurrency. And since I began with this platform over a year ago, they're adding more assets every month. They even have Shiba Inu. Am I going to put Shiba Inu in my retirement account? Probably not, but it just goes to show you how they continue to add new assets to the platform. And for example, Avalanche coming soon along with gold and silver. So when creating my account, I had to decide, do I want a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA? With a traditional IRA, I do not pay the taxes up front. Instead, I pay the taxes when I withdraw from the account after the age 59 and a half. And with a Roth IRA, I do pay the taxes up front. And then when I withdraw after the age 59 and a half, there are no more taxes, right? I already paid them, it grew tax-free, and I get to withdraw without paying any taxes. And the answer for me was a Roth IRA, because I, along with many others, believe that crypto will do very well over the next 20 to 30 years. So I'd rather pay the taxes up front and get to keep all of those gains after the age 59 and a half, right? So for me, traditional IRA was not the answer. So I went with a Roth IRA. But for both of these platforms, a huge benefit is that you can trade within these platforms without creating a taxable event. So let's say you have a traditional IRA, you can trade within the platform crypto for crypto, and then after the age 59 and a half when you withdraw, then you will pay the tax. Or with a Roth IRA, which we already pay the taxes on, we can trade within the account tax-free, and then when we withdraw after the age 59 and a half, we get to keep all of those profits. Because if you trade crypto for crypto outside of a IRA, every time you trade, it is a taxable event in the United States. And probably the most common question I receive about Roth IRAs is, what if you need the money early? Well, there are actually different ways how you can take out the money early, penalty free. So with a Roth IRA, to begin with, the original contribution can be taken as a distribution at any time because you already paid taxes on the initial contribution. And then also there are exceptions where you can take out the money early, penalty free, if you really need it, right? People always say, well, what if I really need the money? Well, if you really need the money, it is very likely you will qualify for one of the exceptions. For example, you can withdraw from a Roth IRA penalty free for unreimbursed medical expenses, health insurance premiums while unemployed, permanent disabilities, certain higher education expenses, inheriting an IRA, buying, building, or rebuilding a home, and others. I will leave a link down below for the official documentation from the IRS outlining what qualifies for an early exception. So link for this page down below. And another option to take out your funds early without any penalty is through a substantially equal periodic payment plan, a SEPP plan. And this is a plan that allows you to withdraw funds without penalty from a retirement account before you turn 59 and a half. And a SEPP plan is best suited to those who need a steady stream of pre-retirement income, perhaps to compensate for a career that ended sooner than anticipated. So if you had a career that ended earlier than anticipated, or maybe you're retiring earlier, there is a way you can take out the funds from the account penalty free before the age 59 and a half. If this is something you'd like to do, make sure to speak with your accountant. And if by the end of this video you do decide you want to use iTrust Capital, I will leave a link down below. And with that link, you will get a free $100 Bitcoin bonus when funding your account. So I'm going to leave that link down below. And yes, that is an affiliate link. And in terms of funding the account, there are 3 ways. The first way to fund the account is through transferring an existing IRA. So let's say you have an IRA already, a non-crypto IRA, you can transfer it over. Existing IRAs can be transferred to a new IRA without creating a taxable event or penalty. And if you already have a Bitcoin or crypto IRA through a different provider, you can likely do an in-kind transfer. So if you have a non-crypto IRA, you can transfer it over. And if you already have a current Bitcoin or crypto IRA, it is very likely that you can do an in-kind transfer. So this is the first way. And for specific instructions, once you create your iTrust Capital account, the team will email you funding instructions. So this is the first way. The second way to fund your account is by rolling over an employer plan. So let's say you already have a plan with your company or your employer, a 401k, 403b, TSP, 457, or a pension plan. Plans from previous employers can be rolled over into an IRA, and plans from current employers may be able to be rolled over into an IRA. So if you have a previous employer, it can be rolled over. Your current employer, it will depend on the specific plan. And the third way to fund a iTrust Capital account is contribution of new funds. This is the easiest way, the most simple. And a common question I get is, can you transfer crypto into the account? And the answer is no. The IRS only allows IRAs to be funded with USD. This is not a rule set out by iTrust Capital. This is a rule by the IRS, right? So you need to fund it with US dollars, or you need to transfer it over from an already existing plan. And when it comes to Roth IRA, there are contribution limits. $6,000 if you are under the age 50 years old, that's per year, and $7,000 per year if you are over 50 years old. And in order to do the maximum contribution of $6,000 per year, it will depend on your income. In order to contribute the max $6,000 per year, you need to make under $125,000 per year. And the more you make, it decreases. Eventually, it gets to a point where you can no longer contribute. So if you make over $140,000 a year, the maximum contribution to a Roth IRA is $0. But this doesn't make any sense because there are many wealthy people in the United States that contribute to a Roth IRA. And the way they do it is through what's known as a backdoor Roth IRA. So if you're watching and you make over $140,000 a year and you still want to contribute to a Roth IRA, like many people do, you can do it through a backdoor Roth IRA. And if this is something that you want to do, make sure to speak to your accountant. So we covered the price, we covered the offerings, and we covered the ways to fund the account. Now let's cover security of the platform. iTrust Capital uses 2 institutional grade custodians to secure the crypto. They use Curv, which is an institutional grade wallet, which also was recently acquired by PayPal. And they also use Coinbase custody, one of the leaders when it comes to securing digital assets. And these crypto funds are held offline in cold storage. And along with these institutional grade custodians comes insurance. Coinbase custody offers a $320 million insurance policy, and Curv offers a $50 million insurance policy. And also there is an FAQ page on iTrust Capital, which I will leave a link for down below if you want to go through, and there's probably many questions you still have even after this video, and I think a lot of them will be answered on this page. A very important one to cover is this one. What is the minimum and maximum per account The minimum to open an iTrust account is $2,500 and there is no maximum. So you can go through this FAQ page if you have any other specific questions. Also, feel free to message me on Twitter or on Instagram and I will do my best to answer your questions. And don't forget, if you want to get started, I do have a link down below and you get $100 in free Bitcoin when funding the account with the link down below. Thank you for listening and I'll see you next time.